welcome to this episode of Stand Out. I'm so excited because today we're going to have the first artist that we've had to present on this show, and it is the extraordinary singer, songwriter, beautiful all-round woman, Monique DeBose. And Monique has just released an album that is so insanely amazing that it's rocking my world from A to Z, from morning to evening. So I'm super excited and grateful to have you on the show. Welcome, Monique.
Thank you. I'm so excited that you're so excited because, you know, when you create something, you are so excited about it. And it's wonderful if another human can be excited about it, right? Too, and that it can touch them. Yeah.
I hear that because obviously I'm a singer-songwriter as well. And like, it's the most beautiful feeling is when somebody else gets your music. And you wrote me this message like, Evelyne, I know you're going to dig this. And you were just so spot on. I'm digging it, girl. I'm loving it. And how often does this happen that you find an album that really accompanies you and just is with you? It's such a rare gift. And I'm finding as we're getting, how do we call it, more mature, as we progress in age, the radio is suddenly not playing the songs that get me anymore. So finding, you know, last time this happened, it was, admittedly, I loved Britney when she came on the market. She hit something with me. It's a long time ago that Britney did her thing. Yeah. You like Britney, but like now you hit my nerve again. It's like, oh, thank you for making an album that can be with me. So
that's awesome. Somebody just recently said, this is adult music. Like it's music that speaks to people who have lived some life. So
yeah, so
that's great.
It speaks into, for me, it's the category of parent pop.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind because I'm still trying to figure out what to call this, like the genre.
Yeah, well, I see it there because that's where I want to go next as well. Is providing music for people in our age group. We have kids, we have lives, we're busy, we've been around the block, but there's still a whole lot in front of us. We're still young at heart, we're young in body, we have everything we could do, but to have music that goes with that captures the, as we say, zeitgeist, I think it's a huge gift. So thank you for giving me your gift.
You're welcome.
And what I would love to do in this session is to talk to you about being extraordinary and what it takes for a person to step out of being the human being doing laundry and looking after kids and getting them to school in the morning and being that person that goes crazy about all the work involved and becoming this extraordinary artist at the same time, or maybe not at the same time, but allowing yourself to be this extraordinary woman and creating such a beautiful piece of art. Are you game?
I'm game. Let's play because that's a great. That is my life. So I don't even know what the question is in that, quite honestly.
The first question is, if you think about being a mom and being a busy person, how do you step out of this humdrum into the spaciousness of the artist?
Got it. So for me, it wasn't about, hey, I'm an artist, let me make my next album. It was something that had been cooking and simmering inside me for, Kaleo is now 7 years old. So I'd say, with the pregnancy and all that, I'd say probably for the last 8 to 10 years, there's been a project that has been wanting to come out. And obviously the project came out at the point it did. And so I wasn't where I was when I had that desire. I wasn't where I am now when I had that desire. All that to say, though, something was brewing and something was stewing. And so when it was time, when it felt like it was time, and I think that was after my younger Ellington ended up going to preschool, there was more space for me to just kind of say, oh, there's more space for me to listen. And so I was very aware that there was me that I had felt really just compartmentalized. And so pulling all the parts of me back together again felt really important and healing. So that is what actually started it. I was like, I'm going to make a project about speaking my actual voice, speaking all the parts of myself, the part that is a married woman, the part that has desire for not being a married woman, the part that is, dealing with stuff that has held me down from growing up, my experiences being a shy person in the world, or being somebody who grew up with two different cultures and walking the line of that. Just, I was like, I'm pulling all of myself back. So that is what started it. And then also I was given the diagnosis of something called the desmoid tumor in late 2016. And it was in my abdominal wall. And doctors were saying, you've got to take pharmaceuticals for the rest of your life, or other second opinions were like, no, we've got to cut this out and you're going to lose some of your abdominal wall, we'll put it in mesh, and blah, blah, blah. And something inside me was like, that is not the answer. It is not the answer for right now. It's not the answer. So I drew upon like skills that I've gained in my maturing, and started dialoguing with the tumor and asked it, like, what are you here to teach me? And the message I really got through multiple conversations with it was, you have been keeping your voice quiet. You have not been saying what you need to be saying. You have not been expressing yourself in the way you need to be expressing. And you cannot care or worry about keeping other people safe or having other people feel comfortable. It's like, you have to speak. Because all this stuff is going somewhere, and it's coming to me. Like, I have formed from it because it's not coming out of you. And so that has been my real like compass, to be like, you have to write what you mean. You have to say what you mean. And so that's what I feel like this project really is doing. The Sovereign One is me claiming and calling my own energy and my own self back.
That is so amazing and intense and so cool and so scary at the same time to hear that. Like, oh, please, I don't want a tumor to learn these things.
Let my tumor be the one that inspires and educates you.
That's right. She had it. So
get the lesson from mine. Yes.
Are we clear? Great. This is awesome. And I'm sure other people who listen to that too go, gosh, I don't want to have to go through that intensity to get the honey from that. So I want to know more about this truth and what it is that you kept quiet, and maybe what was behind the needing it to keep it quiet for so long. Because, we all talk about being authentic and speaking our true voice. I mean, we all, meaning I live in the coaching world and I talk about from Monday to Friday. But it sounds sometimes like this something we say, whereas what I'm hearing in the album, it's just so real for you.
Yeah.
What does it mean in Monique's world?
Well, it was not acknowledging that. I'm just like looking through the song list right now.
Yeah.
So it was not acknowledging that I struggled with intimacy. It was me not acknowledging that I have a real desire to be connected to myself and to others, and my muscles in connection are pretty weak. I might even go as far as saying atrophied at some point. And the piece around like having a mad, passionate love affair with somebody who, I mean, I don't know how many we get in life, but like when we come across a person who we will literally give the clothes off our back, just whatever it is to be with you, and what that being with you really like draws out of me and lets me see in myself. Like, there's a song about that. I mean,
which one is that? Is that New Wine Old Skin?
No.
No.
That one is actually Valentine. It's that last one on the album. So it's that, and the way the album, that song works is like, the verses are so like, they're so kept and so closed and like on purpose, because it's me saying like, this is how I usually walk in the world. And then the choruses where it's like, like all of that is like, oh my God, you've just taken me and like, take me, let me be taken. And then it comes back to like, oh wait, and then it's just like that. So yeah, it's talking about the things we don't let ourselves talk about. One, because it's too risque. I don't know. I mean, we live in such a culture where like that is so, but intimacy and actual emotion and like the depths of feeling, that is risque, because that is where we live in vulnerability. And we have a lot of salaciousness in our current culture, but it's like actual honest, like feeling and depth. We're afraid of that a lot of the times. And I was, yeah.
Some of the things that you say are so on point, and when I listened to them, like, oh my God, can you even say that?
Lyrically, you're talking about?
Lyrically, I'm just like, oh my God, she just said, I chose myself. Is that New Wine Old Skin? Where's the one where
Yeah. Who's to say, do what you told? I chose myself and broke the mold. Dive into the ocean floor, fly and take a breath, then touch the sky. Yeah.
Just give me that thing.
Who's to say you can't be bold? If I'm controlled, I will revolt like a lion in a broken cage to the license from the olden days. Yeah. So all of that is like, I am not going to like subjugate myself to like the rules and the license of what I was told was what I was supposed to do.
And that really got so deep into me. This, I chose myself and broke the mold. And then also this committed to myself. And the whole thing sounds to me like a love scene with someone where you say, look, thanks, that was great, but this is really about me. And I was like, oh my God, you can't say it. You can't do it. Like, no, you have to give yourself to, and I'm just like, but yes, so much. Like, yeah, this is so good. So it kind of blew my mind.
I love it.
It's so good. I sing it all the time.
I am not somebody who is like deep into the Bible. I mean, I'd honestly say I don't really know the Bible at all. But I have a girlfriend, one of my best girlfriends, who you might know, who grew up with a minister as a dad. So she was in the church her whole life. And the old wine, new wine, old skin, it's something in the Bible. So Bible readers, please forgive me. But it's like you can't put new into old. Like I have to shift who I am in the world. If I sound so not eloquent right now, but you cannot put new wine into old skins because it ruins the new wine.
Oh, so what does the chorus mean? What does it mean, new wine, old skin?
It means like there's this new way of being, this new way of thinking. And so for me to like still walk around in the same kind of way I have been, it's just not, it can't happen anymore. Like I'm creating a new skin with this new way of being. Yeah.
And it's almost thinking about the like a skin in which the wine is, like a flask.
Yeah, the vat in which it's poured. Yeah.
Ah, I heard something different when I heard it.
I love it. But you know what? That's the beauty of sharing music with people, because once it comes through me and then it's yours, like you get to have whatever experience you have with it. And that's pretty amazing. And I've been getting so much feedback from people with their experiences. So I'm so happy to hear yours too.
There's a yes and for me, because I just loved, like yours brings it level deeper. I thought new wine, old skin was about having a different person in my old skin. You know what I'm saying?
That can work too. Keep that. That seems like that's really good for you. Keep that one.
Thank you. I think the album is extremely sensual. I love the video of Damaged Goods. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I just want to be you.
That was me for a day. And honestly, for 6 hours.
Yes, and I would love to be you in those 6 hours.
Yes.
The sky, your hair is so beautiful, and you're just so lush and gorgeous. So what I would love to know, we're going to take a look at Damaged Goods, just a little bit of that in a second. Okay. And then I recommend to everyone who sees this, like go on YouTube and check out the video and then put a comment on it.
Yes, that would be great.
That's how you help Monique with this as well. And go on Spotify and listen to the song. This is how we make things work nowadays, people.
Yes, and if we're saying that, please follow me on Spotify. Follow the artist Monique DeBose on Spotify, and follow my YouTube page.
And even more,
subscribe.
Buy the album. Like that helps us, right? We say all these things.
Please buy the album.
It's like, do yourself a favor. That's what I say by now. It's like, it's not even, please do this for her. Nah, don't do it for her. It's like, she don't need your help. Anyway, it's just fabulous. So thanks. I want to know about Damaged Goods. What did you mean with the song?
So Damaged Goods pulls from a couple of different pieces in my life. What I mean overall with it is you know the phrase, do you know the phrase damaged goods? Like a shipment comes into a warehouse and, oh, the box got broken. And so now something's damaged inside. So the goods are no longer sellable at the rate that they could be sold at. So damaged goods. And so what I'm talking about is I'm talking about us as people. I have the belief that nobody is broken at all. Nobody is broken. We are perfect, whole, and complete. And we come onto the planet to actually feel and experience and grow and all of that. So all that to say, people might say, oh, you know, she's got a problem. She's really depressed. Or he's got a problem. He's really just an angry person. Or like we label people and damage, you know, I'm writing, so it's very dramatic, but like we label people as damaged. And so the chorus is, baby, we're damaged goods, but baby, we are so good. Like even with all the stuff that we've got going on, at the core root of who we are perfect, whole, and complete. And so that song comes from like a relationship with my mother in some ways. Like we just have never been able to like really see eye to eye, but we're still good. Like as a mother and daughter, like we may have our issues, but we're still good. And an old lover, like an old lover that, you know, maybe it wasn't the right appropriate time to have a lover. And so it was a very complicated thing. But still like what we have, it's still good. So that's really like, if you want to get down deep into like the microscopic level of the lyric. Yeah.
See, there's me thinking it's about marriage.
Oh, really? There you go. Everybody makes it what they need to make it. Yeah.
Obviously, in the video you're pulling, I mean, you're having two men in there. So I'm like, oh, see, it's that dilemma. But again, and this is what I love about music videos is we translate this deep message and then make it just super sexy. And then we don't say that's literally about what it is. It's just like, no, that's just a visual representation. So enjoy. So on that note, I'm going to share my screen and show you all a little piece of damaged goods. Hold on to your seat, sit tight. This is Pop Star.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, where is it here? Monique DeBose. YouTube, share. Let's do this. Look at her.
You're so funny.
Just look at you. You're just such a star.
Baby, we're damaged goods. Baby, we're damaged goods.
Your voice.
Baby, we're damaged. Baby, we're good. I was born wild, screaming like a motherless child. We were so different. You kept your smile, all the while dying inside. White collar prison. No way.
I'm like, is he naked? Is he naked? No.
We were less different than I realized. Our souls meet each other on a dark night. Pleasure and pain. Baby, we're damaged good. Baby, we're damaged good. Baby, we're damaged. Baby, we're good. Baby, we're damaged good. Baby, we're damaged good. Baby, we're damaged. Baby, we're good. Baby, we are so good.
I love it.
In a windowless
Okay, where do I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to. Ooh.
Well, here you go, people. You can listen to the album just going on to Spotify, or you can go ahead and purchase the project on iTunes. There you go.
Oh my God, you will not regret it. So
I love watching you. I'm going to come over next time I'm in England. I'm going to just come over to your house and watch you enjoy my album. I'm just going to watch you.
And you did say, can you make a video singing and dancing to it? And I'm just like, yeah, one day I'll just do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You haven't done that. Oh my God, now you need to do it.
Hmm?
You need to do that now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it's so good. And then there's the rally call, which is just so powerful. What I want to lead this conversation onto, and I know we don't have so much time, which is crazy, is because this is about standing out and being exceptional. And what's always beyond that or beneath that is the transformational journey that you go on in order to be so amazing. I mean, to write music like this and to perform and sing it in this way, something has to happen inside you to make that possible. And I think what I'm so fascinated with here, and obviously when I coach people, I help them to liberate themselves and to become expressive. And what I'm hearing in your album is such a tenderness, a courage, and a bravery of expressing. Like, some of your sounds sound so deeply connected, sexual, real, raw, that is just blowing my mind. So the question I have for you is, how does it feel to be that deeply expressed?
One, it feels phenomenal because it feels like I'm moving into alignment with myself. And that has been a heartfelt prayer for many, many years. Two, it's scary AF. I'll just say it that way. In that it's so funny. I'm in a place right now where I had the whole band scheduled for an album release party. And then I've just postponed it because I realized in me, I need to meet myself. Like, there's one thing of singing and performing in a studio in the dark with just the core team that you've created with. And then it's a whole different thing to be just out for anybody.
Yes.
And to really pull that energy again. So I've been working my process to get myself to that place where it's like, okay, I'm ready. Because when I do an album release party for this project, like, it came to me in a download. Like, I know exactly what's happening. And it's like, you want me to be that? You want me to do that? And it's just like, shit. How do I do that? Not even how, like, when am I going to let myself open up in that way? So it's coming because the train is started. I mean, the train has already left the station. But yeah, it's so right on. And so what? Because I don't know what's on the other side, but I have a sense of what's on the other side. And that to me is like, am I ready and willing to be in that vibration and to like maintain and stay in that vibration? Because once I go there, there's no going back. Like, I'm very aware of that. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I mean, it gives you something.
Yeah, it does, because I want people to hear that it feels so phenomenal, because everyone gets the it's scary AF piece, but that is so blissful and worth it. That's what I want to really help people see. And the beautiful thing about music, it's a transformational process made visible.
Yeah.
That's a gift. It's like you can never see or feel all that happens with a person, but because you made an album, there's something that you can draw and drive from it. So
yeah,
totally does. So where do you put the mundane piece of yourself in all this? Because it sounds so expanded.
Mundane? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, what? No, I'm just kidding. What?
You fit in school pickups and making lunch for everyone.
Oh, those things. I do have some help sometimes, which is great. But overall, it's something I want. Like, it's so funny. I used to have moments of like, oh my God, I'm sorry for the sounds, but oh my God, this is all I have. And it's phenomenal to be a parent. And being a parent when you have other things you want to be doing can really be a challenge and really help you lose perspective on being a parent quickly. So it's so amazing because I've found time. Like, I have a supportive husband in that sense. I have family. My parents are here. Like, can you watch the kids? I've got to go do a photo shoot, or can you do this? But being on the other side, like actually having something physical now, my kids have been singing this music long before it saw the light of day to the public.
Wow.
And they like, Mom, can we hear this song? Can we hear you? Is that you, Mommy? And that's amazing. And then also being able to show them like, oh, when I've had rehearsals here and that kind of stuff, they're just a part of it. And that actually has me, like, it reinfuses in me in the parenting. I'm like, oh, I get to show these little humans coming up underneath, wow, look at what's possible.
Thank you so much for making this point. Again, I think this is super important. So I want to crystallize it even more for the people watching this. When especially women think about stepping out into the world and they are parents, they're mothers, there is this fear of, oh no, that's so selfish. I want to do my own thing. I'm going to not be that good a mother. Please hear this. By you doing it, you're becoming such a better parent. Yes, there might be times that you're not as available for your kids, but overall, your energy is raised and your children see what's possible for a person, for a role model. And that is it's giving your children so much vibrationally, role model-y, just possibility-wise. I think this is so giving that you step into your own everything, your own dream, power, health.
Yeah.
On that note, what happened to the tumor?
Well, the tumor still exists inside my body, but it's been a whole conversation. That's a whole nother conversation, really. But I made a lot of lifestyle changes, but not just on the physical, but on the mental, the emotional, the actual creation, like the album and my show Mulatto Math came out of that. And the last 2 MRIs I've had in 2018 have shown shrinkage. So I just had one in September and it's continued to shrink from the MRI I had in the spring. So yay. Like, we're on to something. Self-expression and honoring who you be and who you're supposed to be in the world is vital to vibrant health.
Hallelujah. Amen. Exactly. I love it. I love it because it's so true. And it is my prayer and wish and ask that the world gets more of that, and that everyone, but those who hear this get this inspiration and the juice and the honey in the heart of that message. Self-expression is good for you. It's good for the world. It's good for your kids. And it's so amazing if you dare to do that bit more. And I think it's a real gift to be witnessing yours. So thank you so much.
I love it. Thanks, Evelyne. Thank you for having me on your show. That means a lot.
It is my greatest pleasure. And thank you for being here and doing the wonderful work that you do. Also for your show. I'll be adding some links, of course. So people
it's happening in New York again in November.
After you sold out the last one, you are absolutely incredible. It is a great honor to have you had here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you everyone for watching this. We'll see you in the next Standout show soon. Bye for now.